Hi, my name is Bruce, and this is Getter Out number 4. If you recall, prior to that, I had a series of 5 subsea items. They are basically what we call subs, drilling subs, all of different shapes and sizes, and each one with their own problems, their own broken studs, etc. This particular sub is the second one in the series that I've been working on. Unfortunately, my hydraulic vise, which is quite large, didn't have enough opening to hold this. So what I've done is I've set it up with my the independent jaws. There's 2 vice jaws which work. They get bolted down and they can be bolted in double bolted. This screw pulls the jaws down and gives a triangular motion which pulls and puts the pressure on the item that's between the jaws. We've got one on this end, and we have one on this end as well. And by introducing the Allen screw, we can just tighten it, and that pulls the jaw down and does a locking arrangement. Because of the work we're doing here, I didn't have to put any heavy setups. I've just put a parallel on this end and a bar on the other end to hold it, because it doesn't have a lot of force. Now, the job we have in hand is to get a plug in here. There's a brass plug with a T slot with a slot in it for a screwdriver, which was jammed. The previous one, I drilled that out. This second one, I set it up. I want to drill it out, but it's got a broken easy out inside, and that easy out's been partially drilled through the plug, not all the way through. And they introduced the easy out, and it locked up against the side of thing, because it was drilled off centre. And as they introduced it, it locked up against the side, and they carried on applying force until they broke the easy out. Now, because they hadn't drilled it all the way through, I decided to work from the other side first and try and get the easy out, and then I'd be able to set up and drill out the plug. So I've set this up at 180 degrees to where the plug is actually down the bottom, in the bottom hole at 180 degrees to this. So what I did first of all was to set it up by lining up the hole with the drill, so that with the shaft, so that I would be spot on as far as parallelism is concerned. And I found a milling cutter which was just the right size. I took that out. I then took a long series drill, and I drilled through until I got to rejection. Once I got to rejection, I've taken that out, and then I introduced I'll just move this aside a bit. I then introduced a pin punch and drove the pin punch down and managed to push out the easy out. So now, down here somewhere, I'll find my pin punch. Here's my pin punch, and I now can reset this whole thing up 180 degrees around, using the same method, bringing it into 0, and then drilling out until I actually get the that plug out, the same as I did before.